Hi everyone, welcome to Tony Renee at Home Vlogmas Day 3 for you. I just got finished making those chocolate chip cookies and now I'm getting ready to make dinner. And that's what today's recipe is going to be. I am going to grab the camera, take it over to the stove where I have just put some water on to boil. This recipe is going to start with just a box of macaroni and cheese. Let's go over here and see what else we've got going on. Okay, my pan of water has just come up to a boil. So I am going to add 2 boxes of macaroni. So let's talk about everything else that you're going to need for this recipe. And this is just an easy cheeseburger macaroni. I guess kind of like the hamburger helper style. But there was a point in our lives that we couldn't even afford a hamburger helper. So you improvise. And that's where this came from. I used to be a single mom and I made this then as well. So you need the macaroni and you need the cheese packets because basically you're going to make macaroni and cheese. And then I'm also going to add some extra cheese, grated cheese, of course the milk and butter that the recipe calls for. I'm also adding hamburger because it's cheeseburger macaroni. I did forget to take a package of hamburger out of the freezer, but I have canned hamburger. So this is what I'm going to use. You would brown your hamburger. This is a pound, and that's all I'm going to use for 2 boxes of macaroni and cheese. Meat's expensive, so we're eating less and less of it. And so a pound of ground hamburger. If I were starting from raw hamburger, I would brown this with an onion. But because I'm starting from canned hamburger, I'm going to add some onion powder. And then I will add garlic powder and salt and pepper. And I'm also going to add 2 cans of drained mushrooms. And that's it. This macaroni will cook. And then everything else is going to get dumped in that skillet. And dinner's going to be done and I'll serve it with a salad. I'm going to let this macaroni cook and I'll come back and we'll throw it all together. Okay, the macaroni is cooked. Not all the way because I don't want it to be really soggy and falling apart and mushy. So it's a little al dente. I have the 1 stick of butter because the recipe calls for a half a stick of butter per box and I'm using 2 boxes. Calls for 1/4 cup of milk. I think, again, I don't follow recipes, but because I'm adding all the extra stuff, I'm just putting in some extra milk. Maybe about a half a cup. Maybe somewhere between a half and a whole cup. I don't know. I am going to add, my stove is set on medium right now. I'm going to let this warm up a little bit before I add my cheese sauce and my extra shredded cheese, and then I'll add everything else that goes in here. Okay, this butter is melted for the most part. It'll continue to melt. I'm going to add the cheese from the envelopes that came with the box. Now, when we first started making this, I couldn't afford all these extra ingredients. It was macaroni and cheese and hamburger, and that was it, because that's all we could afford. And I do not despise those days. In fact, I'm very thankful for those days because, like I said, this recipe came from necessity to feed our family. And I appreciate that. It has afforded us to be able to save money over the years because this is the kind of things we eat. I am going to add the cheese that I grated. You don't have to do this. I'm just doctoring it up a little bit. You feel free to leave anything out you want to leave out or add more. If you add more though, you have to let me know in the comments what you've added to this or what you think would sound good with it. Okay, I'm going to add my hamburger. I'm going to add my drained mushrooms. I don't want to stir that macaroni a lot because it will make it fall apart. That's why I'm adding all of these other ingredients before I add the macaroni. I'm going to add some garlic powder. You add to taste. I know I probably added even more than a teaspoon because we love garlic. This is the onion powder. Pepper. And salt. Get this mixed up. That pepper's going to make me sneeze. Excuse me. Okay. Now I'm going to add the macaroni in there. When I was making this, I was literally sending my kids to school and telling them, eat what you can at school. Because I don't know if there will be food when you get home. But you know what? I'm gonna switch spoons. There always was. I never worry about what we will eat, because God always provides. He always has. And He always used someone to bring us something or to tell us about a program. So if you're going through something similar, please don't despise these times. Use them to your advantage, like we did, to come up with excellent ways to save money. Someone who has never gone through times like that, I think, is at a disadvantage because it's more difficult for them to come up with ways to save money. We know what we're doing, right? Oh my goodness. That smells so good. And just like that, dinner is done. Oh my goodness, Sadie. I don't know what you're wanting. I could add more cheese to this if I wanted to and make it cheesier. I'm just going to leave it alone. I'm going to turn it off. This is a flat top stove, so that heat's going to stay underneath it. And I'm just going to let this sit here and get the salad made, and dinner's ready. Okay, so I'm wrapping this up in my studio. Give me a chance to sit down for a minute. I hope you enjoyed this quick video for a quick meal that will save you some money, save you some time, that was born out of our need. And I hope you have enjoyed day 3 of Vlogmas. I hope you enjoyed day 1 and day 2. I hope you'll enjoy day 4 through day 25. I hope you come back for all the days. I think I mentioned that I have an exciting announcement at the end of this video, and that announcement is I have finally opened my Etsy shop. It's under the same name, Tony Renee at Home. We're keeping it simple. Right now I have budgeting and savings challenges PDFs. There's only about 7 in there right now, but they're in there nonetheless. I've started. Eventually I will add more PDFs. I will add more planner pages. And then I'm also going to move to the homemaking side of my Etsy shop as well. And I will be putting my aprons and my dish towels and stuff like that in my Etsy shop that I make. I guarantee you that's probably not going to happen until next year. We're in December already, right? So anyway, go check it out. Let me know if you have any questions about anything, if you have any suggestions about anything. Again, it's also called Tony Renee at Home. Thank you for joining me today on this video. Be sure to give me a thumbs up. If you have any recipes that you have come up with that are quick like that, let me know in the comments, just kind of what you throw into it. When you don't have a lot of money and you don't have a lot of groceries, you just have to stand back and look at what you have and throw the things together in a pot. And my son always said, "Mom, I like these times because you come up with the best meals." And I appreciated that because he was just a young boy when he said that. So again, thank you for being here. I will see you tomorrow with another quick recipe that will hopefully make your holidays easier and less stressful. Until then, God bless.